I was gonna say. Ooh, infield pass.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
That was excellent play out of the Condors.
Now, oh, but he can't get away from it. Slightly takes him down on the backside of the fight. One goes down as well. Quatch gets taken down. And look, with the blue siren just push away, still alive. But now here comes the four-man shockwave. But doesn't even matter because Sports the field back.
Welcome to Rocket League action.
Rocket
tonight.
League action.
Yes. And the theme of this week has been quarterfinals for the NECC. So, continuing that theme, it does mean that we have some Rocket League quarterfinals playoff action here tonight, where it is us, Condors Esports, I would hope it would be us anyways,
Hopefully.
versus Durham Lords. And it looks like we could be hopping straight into lobby here based on what I'm seeing.
Ooh, quick, I like it. Right to it.
It could very well be quick. Lobby is made. Now we just need the players to join. But Conestoga versus Durham. Their match in the regular season was a one-sided affair, so much so that there may have been a rage quit.
Yeah, there's a little bit of drama in that match, so we'll see how this one goes. Maybe it'll be, I don't know, maybe Rage will strike again. But anyways, it's a little more important tonight than the regular match, of course. Playoffs,
Yes.
quarterfinals. This is Durham ended up 7th going into this, so they had 3-6, and the Condors, of course, we ended up 2nd, so it's 2nd versus 7th, so it's a little, like you said, a little one-sided, of course. It's good team versus a little lower team, but, you know, it's, the map differentials speak for themselves, of course. Condors is up by, they have a 13 map differential, while Durham, -10. So they're a little down there. So
It's a 23-game swing there if you look at it. But more importantly, we have momentum going into this, and we missed out on first place overall by a single game differential, which was determined in Week 9 when we dropped a game to Ottawa Garnet.
Ottawa.
So that's how close the race for first was. We were right there. And it slipped through our fingers at the end, but that just means that we will get to face Lancer Gaming in the finals if we make it that far, and assuming they make it that far as well. So the fight for first is still very much alive. It's just kind of a bracket reset, you could say.
Yeah, we're still up there. We're still close to them, right? Like it's a show of skill that we're able to contend pretty much even with Lancer. So, you know, we meet them again. It'll be quite the match, which we will meet them again.
Yes.
We will.
Positive thinking.
Yes. So
The visioning.
foreshadowing.
Well, I don't know about foreshadowing, because like that actually alludes that it could happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I guess you're right.
it's not set in stone just yet. I do have a chisel at home, so maybe I start carving, but it could take me a while. Regardless, the match tonight, we got to beat our current opponent.
Yes.
It's pointless to look past them, because in playoffs, it's do or die. I believe right now quarterfinals are still a best of 5, but semifinals and finals will be a best of 7. So there's a bit more time to try things out, maybe make mistakes, but right now it's still the same format.
Yep.
Just higher stakes to it. And I know Conestoga, the boys are ready to go. It's an earlier time than what we're used to, but that just means they have probably a bit more energy because they've spent less of it. Coach may need a nap, but that's par for the course of some of these things. I wonder if you heard that. Did heard that?
Heard?
Yes, the heard.
Heard might have heard.
Yes.
Find out later if heard.
Yes. So if
But-
heard, is that heard squared?
My gosh.
So-
But yeah. And exams over as well. A little stress lifted off them.
Yes.
Hopefully
because-
everything's all done, all caught up.
Yep. And that has been the theme for this week as well, has been exams. The end of the semester, whether it's projects, co-op, exams, whatever it may be, there was extra stress added to the players this week as the academic portion wrapped up. Because after all, we are still students first. And I got to say, we're doing pretty good as students. I would like to see that continued, which means that we do have to put in that effort, which does mean that sometimes esports, we hit those rough patches when we lose our stride from when we focus on something else.
Mm-hmm.
So this particular match, I would say, is also a battle of the mental game to see how strong your mental fortitude is. are you able to withstand the different pressures that are being applied to you, academics, esports, life in general? Because it's a hectic time of year. And while the semester may be officially over today, it doesn't mean that pressure is suddenly gone. That stress is suddenly evaporated. No, it will still linger, and eventually
Still got to get those grades back. You got to figure out things for the summer. There's
a
lot.
new set of stress.
There's a lot. It's
yes, a new set of stress.
There's a new patch for stress right now. Yeah, it just came out.
That's terrifying. The developers of life just got to patch you a new stress. That's absolutely terrifying.
Ugh, hate it when that happens, but
yes.
It's surely a lot to stack onto the players, and of course we'll see how that goes. The first round or first game we're going to play here tonight also will determine a good amount. Like we've seen in Rocket League, get the momentum going, get the plays in there, getting everything right, just good passes, good reads, and it's a lot to build off of if you manage to get that first game, or just at least get some goals in, right? Just get your mojo in, get the groove going. So it's all about that mental, just getting in the game, getting your head in there. So we'll see how that goes in this first game. But yeah, still waiting here.
Yes.
Still waiting in the lobby.
We see one player, I believe, from Durham in lobby, so they will be making their way in here shortly, I believe. I would say wrangling esports players is like trying to herd a group of cats. It's possible, but very unlikely, and by the time you get at least one of them in, the other two have scattered back to their hiding spots. So, it will eventually happen. You usually have to sweet talk them. I know Herd is fond of enticing his players with chocolate milk and cookies, which sounds like a pretty good strategy.
That'd work on me. That would work on me.
I think it would work on most people, to be honest. And if we look at the bracket that was up during the starting soon period, is that on our half of the bracket, there's also SMU Huskies and McGill.
Yes.
Both these two teams, Condors have also previously beat as well in the regular season. Both our losses came to teams on the other side of the bracket. So right now, the bracket is extremely favorable for Conestoga to make the run to finals. We still have to make it past this match, but assuming the SMU Huskies win next, or their quarterfinals tonight, we will face them next week in the semifinals. We've won that matchup before. So, in theory, we're favored to win it again. And honestly,
sitting pretty comfy.
There's going to be that little extra doubt on the Huskies saying, hey, we got beat pretty badly before by this team. Are they going to do that again to us? So even then, there could be a small mental advantage as well.
Yeah, a little bit of a looming threat coming from the Condors there. So it's stacking on more. But it's a good bracket for us right now. We're in a pretty good spot.
Yes. Well, Condors are a scavenger bird. They're not a bird of prey.
Opportunist.
Yes, opportunist. And there is opportunity aplenty here in this side of the bracket for us as well. And I'm going to say in this game series as well against Durham Lords, because they've had some rough spots. I do believe that we beat them pretty handily in a 3-0 series. And I'm not going to say we ran up the score, but it was pretty bad at one point in time.
It was probably like a 20 to...
Oh, okay. I don't think it was that bad. I think it was like 17 at one point.
Was it 17?
But regardless, Game 1 has started here tonight between the Conestoga Condors and the Durham Lords. For Condors, we got Gravity Mike, Chunk, and Blaze. And over on Durham Lords, there's Wildfire, Lobster, and Fluffy.
Yeah, it's of course their usual power.
There we go.
Yeah, tossed right over to me. Gravity Mike gets nice center, just aerial goal. Yeah, got it right in. Bounced up off the ground, and wow, he was perfectly positioned for that to follow up. I believe it was that Lobster. Just tried to tip it right at a net, but had a bad angle, and it went in even more. So there you go. Nice early lead for the Condors already into Game 1, only 20 seconds in.
I mean, I will take that any day of the week. What I like to see about that play as well was that both Blaze and Chunk followed through on their momentum, disrupting the defense. So that enabled Gravity Mike to have that clear shot there in midfield or center field, whatever you want to call it right now, pitch. So Wildfire hits that one off the backboard. Weak touch. Blaze gets that one as well over Chunk. And now Wildfire has a little bit of room to work with, picks up the boost, he's looking for a centering pass.
Ooh.
No one's able to quite pick that up, so Blaze is able to walk it out to the far side. Chunk keeps it in the corner for safety. And Condors, they're getting a bit restart right now.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough here. Trying to get it out, but the Durham Lords keep bouncing it back in. But they're trying to get an opportunity set up, get something available to get a goal in here, and there it was. Speaking of an opportunity, Fluffy was just able to get it right in the top. Is that left or right corner?
Yes.
Okay, in the top corner of the net, and Blaze, just he couldn't make it there in time. You know, just didn't have enough boost to get up and get that out, so it was really close. He read it well, just couldn't, get there speedily enough to block that. So it's now tied up. Durham Lords able to get that one goal, and yeah, about a minute 20 in here. So it's looking pretty even. A lot of equal gameplay coming from both sides, but
I don't think either team right now has hit their stride
Yeah.
as well. We're seeing a lot of sloppy rotations and a bit of poor touches as well. So definitely some early game or early series jitters right now that these players are dealing with. Now Wildfire off the backboard, he's getting back out in Mike, and that ball looks dangerous in front of the net, but goes harmlessly past the far post. And so Grouty Mike challenge there, he gets beat. But Blaze is there to slow things down a little bit. Chunk off the backboard has boost to work with. He's going for a second touch. Tries to put it past Wildfire, but Wildfire read that. Well, and Wildfire, he gets a bit of a ground pinch there. Grouty Mike with a great save, but Fluffy still with the follow through, and Blaze touches that one up high for the extra save. And now Condors had a chance to strike back, but the Durham Lords rotated properly to make sure that opportunity was snuffed out pretty quickly.
That's quite the defensive gameplay there coming from Condors. They just followed each other up. They all took one save after another, and they kept their net just, goalless. So it was pretty well done. Forced the Durham Lords able to rotate out and just completely counter the counter attack. The counter was countered, so it's right back to the Condors, and now just a little bit of aerial play coming out here, trying to get it out down center. Blaze sends it over, bounce off the wall. Ooh, good bounce up top. The backboard possibly.
So come down, double commit there at Durham, but no one quite in position for the Condors to make use of that opportunity there as Blaze is rotating back. So Fluffy, he's centering this one. Chunk puts that one back in the corner, and then gets the second touch to advance that one up the field as well. So Condors with some offensive positioning, and now Blaze, he gets the shot on target, but Fluffy comes up correctly there to make that save. And still, the score is tied at 1 apiece, but it feels like Durham Lords just have the overall offensive momentum in this game. Now that's a dangerous shot down in front of the net. Grabbing Mike, far side, back to the center. Lobster, back wall, Chunk in the net. And a great read by Chunk to break up that defensive play coming out of Lobster there as well. And just like that, with 93 seconds left on the clock, the Condors find themselves up one more. But a 1-goal lead isn't necessarily the safest lead. So I would like to see the Condors keep their foot on the pedal, keep the pressure on. And Wildfire with an excellent opportunity there, but doesn't quite get the read on the double touch to slam that one home. But Condors, they can't be letting opportunities like that through.
No, they cannot. They want to keep this nice comfy lead going, possibly raise the points even more. Just trying to get down to Durham's section here now. They got it back, but Fluffy's just has really good control over it here. But Gravity Mike is able to come in, launch it off the backboard, but it just didn't have a good angle. Bounced off to right side of the field.
Ooh.
Oh, Chunk launches it up and just slides it right past the Durham defender there.
Yeah, Grouty Mike with an excellent stop. Little pop-up pass there. And Fluffy had the read, but Chunk was there first. And so that great little pop-up pass was perfect place, perfect speed for Chunk to come in and get that goal. Great teamwork there out of the Condors with just under a minute left on the clock. 2-goal lead. They're feeling better now about this game because it was arguably pretty rough for that first couple of minutes there as Durham came out firing. But it definitely seems like Condors have finally started to find their groove.
They got that warm-up, they got into it, they got the mental going, the communication. We're seeing a lot of good plays, bouncing off each other, relying on each other, good rotates. And it's all coming together for the Condors. But 30 seconds left, 2-goal lead. We'll see if Durham can make anything out of it. But
and that's an open netter.
That is an open netter right down center from the Chunk. That is a 4th goal for the Condors. I think I can comfortably say they've just about secured this game then. Of course, anything's possible, but, you know, 3 goals, 20 seconds. I haven't seen that happen personally.
Well, they would have to average roughly a goal every 7 seconds, which is doable, but usually that would be 3 consecutive kickoff goals. And right now, it's actually Conestoga with a bit of a passing play to give Blaze a shooting opportunity, and that ate up 10 seconds on the clock. Lobster here can't get that goal as Gravity Mike finds the save. And now Fluffy bouncing that in,
right
high
off
off
the
the crossbar,
post.
another touch, Blaze in the net, makes the save. And the pressure from Durham is still there, and that one's going to be high off the crossbar too.
Crossbar.
Hits the pitch, and that will be Conestoga Condors picking up the win here in Game 1.
Wow. Yeah, that crossbar really showed his stuff at the end there, eh? He came out shining against Durham. Oh, man, but what a good game for the Condors. Like you said at the start, they're getting into it, getting their groove, you know, trying to read, see what Durham's up to, and they figured it out. They got some good communication going, some real good teamwork coming in there. Just Chunk was in perfect positioning, a lot in the middle between, Chunk and Gravity Mike where they were, center field. They were ready to follow up in any opportunities any players gave them, and it went perfectly. A lot of good reads as well coming out, so that's, Game 1 right there to Condors.
Yeah, as you were saying, Condors were able to connect with the passes. They had some pretty good looks overall. And one thing that I liked what they were doing was that they were taking up space.
Yes.
Then they were collapsing that space down when they had that offensive opportunity, when they were posed to strike. So can they continue to do that in Game 2? Don't know yet. But it looks good. Like they finally have some air in their tires, a little bit of NOS in their system, where Durham, they kind of petered out. Like they had a slow leak in their tires.
Looking a little deflated, one might say.
Yes. I know right now it's a weird, awkward season where you swap over to your summer tires and then we get snow that very same week. And so with the cold, it means you get some flat spots on your tires. And it does take a while for the tires to warm up, before you be in your groove, for you to be driving smoothly again. And Chunk already trying to make the play happen. Doesn't have the boost to follow through on his ambition there. But Gravity Mike with the challenge there. Blaze tries to follow through. Wildfire stops that with his own challenge. Now shot on net, and that's in the upper 90. And he knows exactly what to do there. So Durham opening Game 2 with a quick goal at the 21-second mark.
Yeah, Wildfire found the perfect spot to follow up in there. Just got it right above the hop-up range from, what was that, the Chunk in there? No, that was Gravity Mike. Gravity Mike he couldn't make it up fast enough.
He couldn't beat Gravity.
No, he could not beat Gravity, although it's in his name. Maybe that's why. Gravity Mike, he has Gravity on him. So it's a little bit of a debuff he applied to himself with that name there, but that's okay because it's just one goal. Just one goal. You know, it's an early start. There's still lots of time to work with, but of course Durham might build off of that, so we'll see what that goes here. Condors didn't show quite the spectacular plays last game, so they just need to continue that and get that going again. Yeah, and yeah, they should be pretty good. So
one thing for you to think of is that Gravity doesn't actually push you down. It actually makes the ground rise up.
You think the ground rose then?
Could very well be
The whole
not
map?
quick enough. So now Conestoga, they have some offensive pressure here, but they're having trouble getting it past this midfield mark right now, and they're definitely fighting pretty on the corner. Chunk with a good read there to make sure that shot is on target. Blaze will put that one on net. It's looking good, and Lobster makes that save. The crustacean is Lobster. I don't know exactly where I wanted to go with that one. I wanted to do something with it. But now Lobster finds the second goal for Durham Lords right now. And Durham finding themselves up with a 2-goal lead. The first of this series for sure for them. And Conestoga, they seem to be struggling this game too, and they're not getting as clean of transitions or plays as they wanted. And their spacing seems a little awkward with how scrappy they have to be in the corners.
Yeah, just a few bad reads here and there, and just not being able to identify quick enough where the ball might be going, where the Durham Lords players are just what they're gonna do with it. So, and the rotations are a little messy right now, but of course that's something that can be improved as the game goes on. Just figure out where you need to be, where you need to go, communicate that with your teammates, and just get these good setups. Speaking of setups, Gravity Mike got a good touch up the backboard there, managed to set up for Blaze, but Blaze could not beat Lobster in time. Ooh, the nice save coming from Gravity Mike. Managed to get it out of the way. Oh, Wildfire. Oh, did not have enough speed to launch that ball in as it zoomed away from the Condors net.
Ooh, that's wide on the far post. Wildfire makes the touch there. Plays now off that wall. Looks for Chunk. Gets the redirection. It's off the near post and in. So Condors getting one back for themselves off of a bit of a tricky play there. And good heads up passing play as well. I'm going to say Chunk had the defender beat regardless. Fortunately, the post was on his side today. But that's one thing that Conestoga has looked good doing so far. That's a bit of an infall from net. And Durham Lords, they strike off the kickoff with some, I'd say, dead touches by Conestoga.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a 50-50 challenge that just went in favor of Durham. Those are always hard to take when they lead to a goal. So, clean kickoffs. Let's get the ball moving and not slowly rolling in front of the net while no one has boost.
The ball was moving. It just, at an awkward and unfortunate pace for the Condors.
Yes.
It just went right back. Give that nice, quick, easy goal for Durham. So, a bit of a 2-point lead, but of course, there's about 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock, and there's a lot of time to work with. Get those 2 goals, fall back up, get back in there, and, put it into overtime or even get some more and take another game here.
Right now, the Conestoga, I think they need to take a deep breath, reset, because they're looking a little bit scattered, because I swear on the one defensive play there, they nearly triple committed, which is almost the worst thing you can do, because now it means that nobody's in net for the next potential shot. And so overall, Condors could be a little panicked, a little scattered right now. They took game 1, but game 2 is still losable right now. That was a great opportunity from Mike, looking for Chunk there in center field. Does get the shot off, but it just wasn't enough. They still had offensive pressure there, but Durham now gets it out of their zone. Gets a little bit of offensive momentum going, but Gravity Mike stops that. He's hunting down Fluffy off the backboard, and there's no Condors right there. Chunk, he was expecting the challenge there to go the one way, and played a little bit of mind games, and both players quit there, fortunately enough. And now Gravity Mike finds the pass from Blaze and gets the second goal for Condors. So Condors still down 1, but they have time and room to work with.
Yeah, that's exactly the goal they needed at this time in the game. Minute left, minute 16. They can work with that. They can get that momentum. They're getting it together now, of course. They're trying to get some real close bounces off the net there against Durham. And it worked there. Profited for them off the crossbar and managed to get in. So Condor is now just down 1. Ooh, looking a little close there. Lobster almost got it in the left post. And Chunk here trying to go for an aerial play, managed to get past one Condor defender, or one Durham defender. But couldn't do anything with that. Oh, a little close here. Double touch come off Lobster in front of the net.
Yeah, Condors are providing Durham a little bit too much space to work with, and we can see that these opportunities are going in favor of Durham Lords. So they got to be careful here. Jump commit there. Hopefully one of them can cut their rotation short. Chunk does. He has one defeat. Tries to flick it over one of the Durham Lords defensemen. Couldn't quite get it. Wildfire misses the corner. Lobster is there. Chunk as well is on that wall. Breaks up that one at center field. Blaze gets the demo. 3v2 for a couple seconds, but it's a given ball over to Fluffy. Plays the challenge. It's going to drop down for Mike. Mike with 15 seconds on the clock makes something happen, but that challenge out of Durham was successful. And Condors, in these dying seconds, can't make the play happen and give over a goal in the remaining 5 seconds. And you can tell that the Condors just weren't in position for this one, and Wildfire knew exactly where to place that one. When you put it against or the opposite direction the player's traveling, it's nearly impossible to save. So great heads-up shot there by Wildfire.
Yeah, it's unfortunate on that one, but Wildfire did manage to read that perfectly and get that in. Oh! This is something to work off. Yes.
We end with momentum at least, but that still means that Durham Lords, they pick up game 2 here. So it is a best of 5, which now means the series is basically reset to a best of 3.
Yeah, right back where we started, but of course, it's not just default players going to this match. They've got some things down. They're understanding, getting these reads off, understanding the other team more, understanding what they want to do as a team themselves, getting the mental in, getting the leeway going. So it's going to be a bit more different games now after those two. Condors now realize, yes, their opponent is... It's going to be a bit of a matchup now, of course. And going into this, we thought it was going to be a bit of an easy ride for the Condors, but it's turned out now it's going to be much more.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 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 Okay, well, Durham Lord had 10 shots. Last game, Conestoga had 10 shots.
Yeah.
And coincidentally enough, the losing team also had 8 shots there in both games. So it almost seems like if you get 10 shots on net, you win the series so far. Now, Conestoga definitely looking a little panicked here in game 2. So I would want to see them, take that deep breath. Reset themselves, shake out the arms, the shoulders, the neck, whatever they need to. Relieve some of that tension in their play. And just space correctly. That's all they got to do. Just space themselves correctly. Don't give over any weak touches. And control your touch. Because right now, Conestoga is having too many bad touches that gives the ball over to Durham and allows the shenanigans to...
There's also a few triple commits as well. Like you said, they need to communicate, need to trust each other, rely on each other being able to stop these shots on net. So it's going to be interesting. But they're going to have to shape up to the challenge and be able to take down the Durham Lords.
Ooh, great demo there. Chunk with the ball on net. And there it is. Blaze with the demo and Wildfire setting up that goal. But Chunk following through on his own ball was absolutely needed as well. But teamwork makes the dream work there.
There it is.
So Blaze the trail there for Chunk to score that goal. And now Conestoga up 1-0 within the first 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Exactly what we want to see. And also a similar trend to what's been happening this entire series. An early goal usually sets the pace of the game.
There they go. They got that momentum to work off of. They got the positive attitude about this one going. Already got a goal lead, and it was quite the interesting goal as well, the demo goal. So that's something to rub in, maybe.
A little bump and grind.
Yeah, a little bit more of an ego builder on that. I think that's quite funny, but yeah, it's a good thing to go off of, especially so early in. Be a lot more comfortable with that one goal. Just knowing you're ahead really helps shape how you play, right?
Yep. But now it looks like Windsor has the opportunity, or not Windsor, sorry. Durham has the opportunity there, and Fluffy played that one nicely in the corner, high off the backboard, leaves it open for Wildfire, and Chunk nearly had the read there, but gets dusted.
Fluffy almost blocked that shot for Wildfire. You see that? He was just a little ways away, but
either way, game tied at 1 apiece now. Conestoga don't have their work cut out for them so far. Definitely have to step it up. And while the regular season series was a one-sided affair for Conestoga, this series is anything but that. And Chunk with an excellent high-angle shot there, forcing out the save. Great look there. Now Fluffy spacing correctly there to be able to stop in time to make sure you're able to get that ball back in momentum for his team. Blaze puts this one soft towards net. Chunk
the
there
demo.
as well. It's off the backboard. Fluffy's up for it. Puts it back off the backboard. Blaze is there. He's going to put that one in on target. He gets saved by Fluffy. Gravity Mike is there. And that will be the second goal for the Condors.
The back and forth coming out of both these teams is incredible, but the Condor is able to follow up. Gravity Mike, I think he just came straight from demo and just got that goal. Came back with anger, with revenge in his mind, and he got that revenge.
He came in like a wrecking ball. I'm sorry. I shouldn't sing.
No, it's okay. You have the voice for it. It's
Oh,
fine.
I definitely do not have the voice for singing. I've tried singing in the shower and I don't even sound good there.
Oh, no, if it's in the shower, it always sounds good. What do you mean?
We have very different showers. Probably because I don't have a proper, what is it, loofah to sing onto. You know,
That's why. Yep, that's why. There you go. I have a nice loofah, so that's why I sound beautiful in the shower.
I mean, you also have the hair for it, too. But, shower shenanigans aside, it's going to be Durham with momentum right now. That's a bit of a floater towards the net, and Blaze couldn't quite get back in time to make the save. I think he had a piece of it, which is why it got pushed in there. But it was close.
Oh,
he does get
he got contact.
He doesn't get behind and underneath it, though, to pop it back out.
Touch or not, that was going to go in anyways. So he just tried to work with what he could, try to get it out. But this is quite the even match we're seeing right now. A lot of back and forth.
Surprisingly.
Even plays coming out from both teams. So it's interesting.
Yeah, Wildfire to
I love these.
Lobster. Ooh, this one just popped straight up. Blaze He puts it back to Wildfire. Ball comes down. Chunk, boom, clears that one out. And now it's going to be back in favor of Durham Lords already. Lobster putting this one on the wall for Wildfire. Wildfire off the wall in the corner for Lobster. Now it's Fluffy coming out, but Condors has a good read there. That's going to be a largely open net. And he tips it in. What a beautiful alley-oop there.
Got the perfect angle in the undercarriage of the car, and yeah, he's just able to get that right in. Oh, just a little bit of contact was all he needed to give Condors the 1-point lead.
Like, I know it's hot outside, but man, even that shot got me a little hot under the collar there. Whew. It was a good shot.
Oh, and we
while
look
you're
away.
looking at
We
me,
look away for one moment. We completely missed what just. Let's see. Bit of a challenge in the middle.
It's a kickoff
right
win.
out, and
Gravity Mike dunks on Fluffy with the challenge.
Wow, got it right over him. Fluffy just didn't respond to it, seemed, or no, he managed.
He got dunked on.
Yeah, he got dunked on right over.
So Condors with a 2-goal lead, and we've seen that the first team to get the 2-goal lead usually wins the game. And now Chunk over to Blaze. He puts that one on a hard angle shot as well. But Fluffy is there with the save. Grouty Mike puts it safety into the corner there. Lobster tries to get the centering pass there. It's 3 Durham in that corner. Fluffy towards the net. Chunk, light touch there, pops it up off the backboard. Wildfire in the air on the net. But double commit out of the Condors, clears the ball. Blaze on the wall now, has a bit of room to work with, has some boost. He's carrying this one, has the flip reset, gets the double commit out of the Durham Lords, and now Grouty Mike off the backboard. It's going to be picked up by Blaze.
Ooh.
And Blaze bounces it into the upper 90 there, and that will be a 3-goal lead now for the Conestoga Condors.
The Conestoga Condors are just playing flawlessly right now. Look at that beautiful bounce right off. Durham doesn't know how to respond to that. Just some great cycles, great teamwork coming out from them right now. And yeah, it's going, as you can see, 3-point lead. Condors, minute left, minute 15, I should say. It's pretty comfortable right now. It's quite the challenge for Durham to even catch up and put it to overtime, never mind win. So
it's an uphill fight.
It
100% for Durham Lords right now. And Chunk is just buying so much time in that corner as well. Getting those soft flick reset touches. That one's over Gravity Mike there, but Conestoga had, Condors, you can't be doing that on your rotations. You rotate to the far post. You can't both cut your rotation short like that.
Oh, they tried to double commit that and get it out. They both missed it.
I mean, the synchronicity there of their rotations was pretty nice.
Yeah,
to see.
that's impressive. But
that's not what you do. That's not what you do from a macro standpoint. So Condor is slipping up and just allowing in a goal that shouldn't have happened. But either way, they have that lead built up. But now 2 goals in 40 seconds feels a lot more reasonable than 3. And it still is Durham with the pressure as they got the demo, but Chunk is able to clear that one, picks up the small pad, follows this one through on the net, but no one's quite there in front of the net. But they just got to kill the clock by the time, and now they're down to 20 seconds with a 2-goal lead. It can still be overcome by the Durham Lords as they're looking for a play there. Wildfire followed through on that one excellently, but Chunk has the defensive read needed. So Grouty Mike steps up. He's looking for the demo on Lobster, doesn't quite get it, gets a bit of a bump there, Chunk clear, and with 5 seconds left on the clock, it's going to be the Condors securing the win
they
here.
needed.
The ball just needs to hit the pitch to make it a formality right now, and there it is. Conestoga Condors win Game 3. They take a 2-1 series lead and move on to series point.
Yeah, that's what they need right there. Look at the shot differential we are seeing right now as well. The 11 to the 3 shots.
But Durham has 100% shooting accuracy.
They did. They landed every goal they went after, so that's quite impressive. But the Condors, they're applying a lot of pressure on Durham there. There was just a lot of plays going down there, and of course you can see a lot of shots on net. Even if they didn't go in, that's still Durham's playing in their own zone. That's not where they want to be. So Condors, they definitely pulled through on that one, figured out what they needed to do. They got good amount of goals, 5-3, and yeah, they take that Game 3, puts them up 2-1. So let's see if they can carry this tempo, keep it going into the next game.
Okay, so now I have to ask you, what does Durham have to do to get back into this series? Because we've seen them either come out hot or come out cold. They haven't really had an in-between so far. And when they start getting cold, Condors just fly right above them. So what adaptations does Durham have to make?
So Condors, although they did play well that game, there was a few mistakes here and there. There's
Yeah.
a few oopsies, a few daisies, of course, some overcommitments, some bad reads. So Durham, they really have to predict those moments. They have to watch out for them, just take those opportunities and profit. So they just need to look out for some Condor slip-ups. And yeah, other than that, Durham, it's just a matter of, getting good rotates, getting good shot angles, of course, falling up on each other. And yeah, they'll just have to really put it all together to get the
Strong shot
game.
there. So Conestoga already opening with a great opportunity on net, created by the demo as well. Fortunately, Durham was there to save it, but it was still a great shot. Still applied the early pressure. And there was no one there to stop that shot as Blaze came in like a rocket to get that one.
Looks like he just got shot out of a cannon with the speed he came in. Holy! Man,
He was the cannon.
Yeah. The ball was the cannonball. He came in, launched that right into the net, and there it is. The early goal, once again, 30 seconds in this time. A little bit later, but still, that's quite early to get in the first minute, I'd say.
Yes,
So.
it's still early enough for us to consider it an early goal. And it's a tempo setter.
Yeah,
That's
of
exactly
course.
what it is. And setting tempo early, especially in the lead, and this is a great pass over to Blaze. I combined to play and pass there, so we got Blast.
Yeah, I heard blast. Yeah. I thought you were going to say, like, plaster or something. I don't know.
I mean, it could just be Perry the Platypus.
No.
Here, helping us out.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't do the Dremel. I can't hold my arms sound, unfortunately enough. Otherwise, I would be doing so endlessly. Now Lobster has a look on net.
Ooh,
Gravity Mike
Gravity
makes the
Mike.
save. It's off on the post. Ooh, okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Ooh, Durham with an excellent look there, but not quite enough to
Not
find the
enough,
back of
no.
the net, but still dangerous opportunity. Wildfire centering this one, looking for a teammate, doesn't quite find one. Blaze now in the corner, trying to get it out, trying to get it to safety, but Fluffy is there. Gravity Mike, he loses that challenge to Wildfire now, and it's going to be a bit of a rough one. That's a dangerous shot, and there's Fluffy coming in high to dunk it on the Condors.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth. Condors just couldn't seem to get it out. Gravity Mike did try to go for something, but accidentally launched himself all the way to the other side of the pitch, resulting in less defenders over there to help out. And just, ended up with the Durham goal, so now it's tied up 1-1. Once again, we're seeing the back and forth started already. Ooh.
Okay, that's going to be wide regardless,
Yeah.
but it does buy them sometimes rotate pressure, but Wildfire's already carrying this one deep in the Condors territory. Good centering pass. Great defensive touch by Chunk because the Durham Lord's next player was already there. Blaze, forwarding touch, going to be high, gets past the defender. Lobster now trying to advance this one, gets beat by Gravity Mike. Gravity Mike over to Chunk.
Oh.
But the defender Wildfire makes the save, and that's going to be on target. Fluffy makes the touch there, which was a must. Now out to Chunk, it's a bit of a floater. Lobster over to Wildfire. Wildfire has some boost to work with, but doesn't get quite the speed he needs to actually advance the ball as intended. Still gets a little bit further ahead, but it didn't turn into an opportunity at the least. And so Durham Lord's back on the attack. Chunk with a save, and it feels like the Condors still aren't getting their rotations tucked away squarely there, so Durham still fighting opportunity.
Yeah, but like I said, they just got to salvage anything they can off the Condors. Just little slip-ups, little mistakes, and it's shining a little bit here. Of course, you can see Durham's getting some opportunities arising, but they're not able to profit off any of them yet. But if it keeps going like this, who knows? It might turn out and see a goal coming in. Nothing can happen there. Wildfire's trying to follow up, do anything. Lobster gets a great air touch,
that's
get
a
it
good
out.
ball.
That's a save. It's up off the backboard. Condors do anything? Ooh, Chunk comes in. Oh, Wildfire's just able to get a good launch out there, get back to the Condors' end. Wildfire trying to get it up, trying to get a set up any of his teammates, but Chunk is up there to meet him, wins that challenge out. Bit of a, trying to get
Okay,
up
it
the
was going to be
backboard.
high there. Fluffy sat on the backboard correctly there as well. Gravity might be a good shot on that there. Demo as well. So it's going to be in, I forget the word I was looking for, some sort of key advantage or disadvantage. I was thinking of a hockey term that I couldn't quite remember for some reason.
Oh.
Odd man rush, that's what it was. But the other way around. I don't know anymore. Numbers, I think it was so Lobster pops this one high. No Condors with boost immediately in the vicinity. Chunk is going to kill that one there as well, forcing Fluffy now to step up. Gravity Mike is there. That one's on target. Blaze with the touchdown. Oh, doesn't quite get the direction he wants on it. Did get a good piece of it. So Lobster up to Wildfire, but Gravity Mike's going to miss that touch actually as well. So Chunk in the corner, awkward bounce there as well, so he can't fall through, but now Wildfire, he's waiting for Chunk to mistouch this one because Condors, they've been plagued with mistouches, and we're into the dying or last 30 seconds of this game with a tied game, so next goal could very well win it. And Condors, they have the offensive momentum for the moment. And Fluffy is trying to carry this one out. Gravity Mike won't allow it. It's popped up. Wildfire clears it. Blaze is the only man back with 10 seconds left on the clock. It's a dangerous position to be in. Now Fluffy, Chunk's there as well. And now it's going to be a bit of an odd man rush. Gravity Mike tries to put this one up, but Lobster's there for the read. And in game 4, we get overtime.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
It's going to be quite interesting seeing this. The Condors can take it all right here if they manage to get this at 1 overtime goal. Durham, they're just fighting to stay in it right now.
Yeah.
A lot of demos coming out right now. Blaze is down at least 2-3, but manages to get out.
That's on
Durham's
target.
end. Oh, Gravity Mike's in there just in time and just get it out. Good touch.
Good pass to Fluffy. Great challenge there by Blaze, I believe. And now Lobster making that challenge as well. And Durham Lords starting the overtime with momentum. Now Conestoga, they need to find a way to break this. Great passing opportunity.
Ooh.
Can't quite link back up with a Chunk. But that would have been a
That
for
would've been
sure goal if they were able to find Chunk's hood there. But unfortunately, they couldn't. So Durham stays alive for just a little bit longer. Blaze steps up. That's going to be a waterfall shot. Down off the backboard. Chunk is there. It's a light touch. Can Blaze get it? No, he can't. Condors there within striking distance, but it's just not going their way so far. It feels like Condors are fighting Lady Luck here tonight on the pitch. Now Wildfire has room to work with, pops it off the wall, chunks on the backboard. It's there for Lobster. It's off the inner post, and now, fortunately, stays out of net.
Yeah.
So Blaze over to Gravity Mike into that far back corner there. Chunk now has the read, doesn't have the read, my bad. And now Lobster has the opportunity to send it for the center there, and great touch over to that far post. Wildfire knows his striking distance. And so Lobster from the Durham Lords tries to make a play. Blaze picks it up. He has boost to work with, puts it over top of Fluffy. It's going to be the Condors with 3 men in the zone, but none of them quite have the read on the ball, and a bit of a team bomb there as well. Could help with rotation.
Yeah,
you never know at this point. Ooh, it's tense. Fluffy puts it up, but Gravity Mike with them on Lobster, so Condors have a little bit of room to work with his 2 Durham Lords to rush to that defensive point. Lobster beats Gravity Mike, but Gravity Mike is back in the air. It's almost Chunky beat.
Yeah, he beat both of them.
Whew, Blaze, back corner. He's looking for the boost. He's looking for carry it to get a centering pass. Doesn't quite get anything worthwhile, but Gravity Mike is up for it to keep offensive possessions going, but gives it over to Wildfire. Chunk with the back check there, I would say, to clear out Fluffy, but Wildfire with a good touch. Lobster comes in to try and follow through, goes to the corner, comes out. Fluffy again, looking for a bit of a pinch there, double commit out of the Condors, and we know overtime is stressful, but you've got to make sure you're calling out whose ball it is. And so Chunk over to Mike. Mike trying to get this one past Wildfire, can't quite do it, and this definitely seems like a melee if I didn't know better. So Chunk towards the far post, going to be wide. Lobster is able to cut that one back inside to beat Chunk. Now Fluffy opposite side in the corner, trying to wait out for the right moment across it. It's a rule number 1. So 2 players are locked out of it. It's a 2v2 at the moment. Condors with a shot on net, and now Wildfire has room to work with. That one's going to be a bit of a feathered touch. Luckily, it was wide on the near side, and now Chunk with room to work with. He's trying to dribble it up, gets it past 1. Doesn't get it past 2, but that was a bad touch by Wildfire that nearly ended the Durham Lords' hopes and dreams there. And Chunk still fighting hard for this ball deep in the Durham territory as well. And the rule number 1 in that far corner.
It's still going on.
And
Oh,
that's
the
gonna be near
post.
post.
Oh
He
my
can't
God.
quite find it.
Holy.
Okay, now Chunk gets Blaze. Score this,
Blaze.
Blaze.
Balls up. He's getting it in. There
Yes,
it is. Oh,
Blaze with the series winning goal.
Oh,
we had
my
rule 1s,
gosh.
we had demos, we had whiffs. But if you're going to do it in overtime, you do it with style. The Chunk running or returning the favor by clearing the path for Blaze to get that goal. It was a thing of beauty. Beauty, I say.
Oh my goodness. That was too stressful for me to handle. Yeah, I'm not even in game. Wow. Yeah, there was a lot going on there. We almost had 4 minutes of overtime. That was almost a full normal round of overtime we just had there.
It was long. It was a long overtime, but credit where credit's due. Durham made this a much more competitive series than their regular season matchup. So kudos to them. Wildfire seemed to play great. He was the driving force for his team. But the Condors, they stepped up when they needed to. And I have to shout out Gravity Mike for honoring the rule number 1 there of Rocket League.
Yeah.
When you're nose to nose, you don't break that. And
they were just stuck there, yeah.
it came through. It paid dividends for the Condors.
It did pay off quite well.
The best thing that I saw here tonight was that the Condors, they were passing to each other. They were linking up with one another. And that ultimately gave them the win. If you had a teammate behind you with the ball, you ran ahead to clear the path.
Yeah.
That's how they scored 2 goals. That's how they won the series.
They opened up those opportunities, and they profited right off it. And here we are. Yeah, they won the series. Quarterfinals down.
Yeah.
There they
go. So that means we officially move on to the semifinals. The other quarterfinals tonight between McGill and SMU Huskies haven't played out yet. It's originally scheduled for 7 o'clock.
Yes.
So we don't quite know who we'll be facing yet. But we are going to throw it to a quick break, and when we come back, we will have an interview with one of the Condors. So we'll see you in just a moment.
I am joined here with Gravity Mike. What a series and what a game 4. What was going through your mind there in the overtime?
Oh man, yeah, I got tied up with one of their players, and it was kind of scary, honestly, because Wildfire on Durham was definitely carrying their team for majority of that series. So I didn't think getting in the Rule 1 was going to benefit us, but luckily Chunk and Blaze were able to pull it out. Utilize some demos.
Was able to clutch it out, we'll say.
Yeah, definitely thankful for my teammates on that one. Yeah, they got me there.
Well, Rule 1 or not, we have won the first game of playoffs. Congrats to you and the boys. How do you feel? How do you feel winning Game 1 of playoffs?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, there's a lot of really good teams in our division. I think it's probably the closest division in the Challengers League because there's 3 teams that were like tied for first at 7-2. So definitely any team has the ability to take out any other team. So there's no easy games. Durham's definitely still a threat, even though they're 7th place. So yeah, feels really good.
Well, it was great gameplay from what I saw tonight. Maybe a little sloppy from the first couple games.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like you can improve on before your next game next Friday?
I think like we're just coming off like 2 weeks of pretty heavy exams. So I mean, now I think school is done for most of us. I know Chunk's got an exam on Saturday, but we can finally get some more hours in together, focus on playing together, and just kind of build that chemistry up for next Friday, and hopefully get our mental right too.
Of course, the mental is a big game, especially in playoffs. Hopefully, with all exams out of the way, you guys play your best. You know, you have a little bit of time to de-stress after exams, get some more games in together. Just work on the the team dynamic, I guess, yeah?
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it. And yeah, we'll have some time now finally, so it's going to be good.
Well, either way, congrats once more to you, Gravity Mike, and the rest
Thanks so
of the
much.
boys out there. Thank you for coming in for an interview.
No problem.
Our next stream is going to be on Wednesday for League of Legends quarterfinals. So join us then for that, and have a great night, everyone.